This is the DJ Pour over Kettle. You probably don't need one, but I love it. Let me tell you why. When the CEO of Lafeeca asked me to review his new kettle, in all honesty, I kind of blew him off. There are a lot of great high-end kettles out there. I didn't think that YouTube needed another kettle review. But then I took a closer look. It's a nod to a vinyl turntable. For me, it had nostalgic value. In my late teens and 20s, I used to DJ. No smartphones around back then, and few of us had the camera gear necessary to take video and pics at night, so I don't have any photos to prove it. Well, I have this. When I used to DJ, we used to bring all this stuff with us wherever we went. And when I was done DJing, I just kind of slapped it up on the ceiling in my parents' basement. Never really came down. This is it. And then I used to have turntables, but I sold them. And this is all my records here, my vinyl. I don't know if they're worth anything. If you're interested in buying some really old vinyl from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, contact me. He sent this unit to me for free to review, and I told him that I was a bit of a coffee snob, so the DJ Pour Over had to be a decent kettle first and a work of art second. I get to keep this in exchange for an honest, unbiased review without any input from Lafeeca. I'm a sucker for great workmanship. The switches are solid and feel good, and the design is well thought out. I like that it's simple to use. To turn it on, press the dial. To turn it off, press and hold the dial for 3 seconds. You don't have to hold down 6 buttons for 8 seconds to switch from Celsius to Fahrenheit. You don't need to read the manual to figure out how to hold the water at the brew temperature. You don't need to toggle through a poorly designed screen to stop and reset the stopwatch. The interior is made of stainless steel, and many of the less expensive kettles have an aluminum interior. That's always a deal breaker for me. There's a max fill line for the water inside the kettle, and the exact amount it will hold is about 1 liter, just a little less. You turn the dial to the desired brew temperature, press the dial, and you're brewing. Move the arm towards the kettle, and you're in hold mode. It will hold the temperature in the kettle for 60 minutes. When there isn't enough water in the kettle, as a safety, it'll automatically turn off when the internal temperature reaches 217 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, if you remove the kettle while it's heating the water, it automatically stops. It brewed a full kettle in a reasonable amount of time, and it fluctuated plus or minus 2 degrees at the hold temperature I set it at, which was 205 degrees Fahrenheit. The manual did say that there could be a 9-degree variation in the brew temp, so for us anal retentive coffee guys, that could be a deal breaker. But when I tested it, I didn't experience 9 degrees. It was more like 2 degrees, and that I could live with. I wanted to see how accurate the hold temperature was. I calibrated my thermometer and tested it. The interesting thing is that it would reheat the kettle to the temperature I set it at, according to my thermometer, but the display said it was higher. Even though it wasn't 9 degrees of variance, the display was off. And even though the water temperature was right, the water temperature did drop 5 degrees before the kettle turned back on to reheat it back up to 205 degrees. But it did stop reheating the water at the set temperature. The pour spout is designed well. It pours an air-free stream. I like how easy it is to start and stop the stopwatch. It maxes out at 9 minutes and 59 seconds, which is plenty of time. What I didn't like was there was no countdown feature. It'd be great if I could turn the dial, set the time I needed. It would count down to 0 and then beep. I also wish that the cord was just a little longer. It's roughly 26 inches long. Not a deal breaker, but for the $139 price tag, an extra foot of cord could have helped those of us who have countertop outlets spaced out a little further than average.
It comes with a 1-year warranty, 2 years if you register your product, which is pretty good.
I would have loved to see 3 years. It performed well as a kettle, and it is well made. If you are in the market for a brew kettle and are looking for a conversation piece to keep out on the counter, it's a good option. I like reviewing quality products, so if you click right here, there's a playlist for you where I give unbiased reviews of products that emphasize a healthy lifestyle. Now, I can't cover every product on the market, but I would love to know what you would like me to review, so leave a comment. Cheers.